Hello and welcome to episode 21 of our Dropshipping TV. My name is Valeria and I'm your host. I'm a dropshipper for the third year in a row. And I'm here to share with you my journey, my ups and downs, my successes, first of all, so you can take my experience and reach your own stars in dropshipping. So in the last episode, I've touched the topic of email marketing, and I decided that it's worth dedicating the separate episode to this very important topic. So in the last episode, you can go and have a look at it. I've basically described how you can onboard artificial intelligence and ChatGPT to source validate the potential the emails of potential customers according to your criteria, so that you can start selling from day one. Of course, you can expect sales, but it would be too optimistic. But what I can guarantee that with the right approach, you can reach 25 to 30% of open rate of these emails to the cold audience. So you can imagine that people who never heard of you, of your items that you sell, of your shop, were interested enough to open your email, to maybe click or at least to read what you offer, which is a great achievement, and I think that you can agree with me. So today I will basically talk a little bit more about how to craft email to the cold audience, how to again use ChatGPT so you can create the most compelling emails that are just irresistible to people and intriguing, and they want to click, open, read, and know more about you and your offer. So, as I've already mentioned a couple of times, again, we will be using ChatGPT or any other artificial intelligence agent of your choice, but my personal choice is ChatGPT, and I use the paid version, but I'm pretty much sure that you can do all of the things that I described today with the free version. So what is important to understand before you create your email list of prospects and before you craft your very first email for the cold outreach to the cold audience? And what I call the cold audience is basically people that knew nothing about you before they receive an email from you. The most important thing is that in every email, doesn't matter if it's cold audience or warm audience, if people knew you or if they didn't knew about your existence and your shop existence, in every single email you have to add the unsubscribe feature in the footer. So again, I recommend you use, if you have dedicated shop, if you use Shopify. Shopify has absolutely incredible email integration, which allows you to segment customers and to craft emails for every segment separately, and it also gives you back the great statistics of opening, clicking, spam rate, bounce rate, everything that you can potentially imagine in your head, and of course the sales that come through the particular email. Everything that you can imagine, everything that you might need in order to improve your sales and improve your email marketing, everything is there. But there are also different email agents like MailChimp, and you can just you can ask ChatGPT to advise you the best performing email agent for your marketing campaigns based on the needs that you have. Needs that all of us have are, first of all, sales. And sales come through emails. And last time I talked to ChatGPT in order to tweak and twitch my marketing campaign, email marketing campaign, I got the wonderful reply from it that what I do and what my shop does is the dream of any e-commerce business, because I do sales right now, mainly like 95% of my sales come through my email list. And some 10% of my customers are returning customers of 2 to 3 and even more orders. And you can achieve all of that by building a reliable, very highly validated email list. But today we're talking about how to craft compelling email, especially for the cold audience that knew nothing about your existence before you decided to write to them. First, so you can think of it on your own, or you can onboard like friends, or you can read articles and clever books, but again, you can plain simple go to ChatGPT or other artificial intelligence agent and give them the following task. Today I want you to, so this is basically the prompt. Today I want you to act as a world-renowned, highly successful, with proven track records, email marketing specialist that specializes at, and you put here your niche, what you sell basically, that's you give it specialization. And then you give it a task. So you give your chat a role, and then you give it a task. I have the list of potential customers, and I want to send them the first email to maximize sales and maximize open rate and minimize unsubscribe rate. Because what is wonderful, and I can confirm with cooperating after cooperating with ChatGPT, that unsubscribe rate for my cold list audience is something in between of 1 and 2%, which is to me like incredible. So open rate is around 25%, and unsubscribe rate, everything that falls under 2% is awesome. So when you give this prompt to ChatGPT and ask it to create the most compelling email for the first outreach to the cold audience, just please don't forget to ask first of all about the subject line and preview, because what people see in their inbox or notification on their iPhones or other phones is the title, the subject line. So you, in the same way as you ask ChatGPT to create the most converting cold email ever existed, you must focus also on the most compelling and most clickable subject line that ever existed. You can give particular roles to ChatGPT in this for this task, like use the latest knowledge about the client psychology, about the buyer psychology, about what brings what maximizes open rate for emails. So be creative, and ask ChatGPT to deliver 3 to 5 variants in particular tone of voice, and you basically communicate and you talk, you chat with ChatGPT, and in the process of this chat you see what it delivers, and you can adjust the tone, the messaging, the everything that you feel is not in line with your shop or what you sell. Because you can agree that if you sell cold emails about some mechanic tools, this will be really different from, for example, my emails that are dedicated to women's wear. And right after you chosen your subject line, you have to also, you have the preview text, and the first 5 words are kind of really important because they are shown to people in the preview to the email, to the text. So based on the subject line and preview text, the person that gets your email will decide if to open your email, because our goal is not only that email lands in the inbox but not in spam folder. The second goal is for the person to read your subject line and preview and be intrigued enough to open this email and to find out what is this wonderful thing that you are offering today for this incredible opportunity to not to be missed, basically. Wonderful thing with ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence that you can play with it, you can adjust your emails, you can do the first email campaign, you can run, you can focus basically what I suggest you to do and what I did. You can choose the first, like one country, for example, you would like to focus on the United Kingdom. And first of all, you crawl the open data, the open sources in order to find the emails of potential clients that might be interested in your items. And then for this selected pool of people, you create your first email that you feel that sounds intriguing and compelling and irresistible to open and to maybe buy. And then you will see in most email marketing tools, you will see the statistics of how many emails were bounced, how many emails ended in spam folder, what is the open rate, and what is the click rate, and maybe even sales. But don't be too optimistic to get sales from the first email, but miracles happen. So what I want to mention is that when you run your very first campaign, you will see the statistics. You will see if it meets your expectations or not. Then you can adjust the email itself. You can try different subject lines and previews on the different audience, for example, in the different country. And what I want you to suggest and to basically use is that from the pool of people of emails that you crawl and with the help of ChatGPT, and from those people who were sent this initial cold email, I suggest that you take forward only those people who clicked. So you can filter the particular segment of those people, and just there is no need to delete all the other people, because they eventually they can open on a later date. But you can build the particular special segment within Shopify emails or within the MailChimp, or if you use other tools. You can build the special segment of people who opened particular emails or all of the emails at least once. And we treat these people as warm audience because they were intrigued enough and curious enough to open, because it means that the topic of this email, the subject line, and potentially the items that you sell, your shop, is interesting enough to them to get back and to remember. And for successful sale through email marketing, I suggest that you run campaigns every week. So basically, it doesn't mean that you have to offer discounts every week, because we do luxury dropshipping, and if you do constant discounts, it diminishes the value. But think of it as blog posts or about new items, for example, that you might be having once a month. So the goal is to be on top of the memory, on top of the mind of your potential clients. So once they have this wonderful paycheck day, for example, or the opportunity special event that they might need your item, they will either receive another email from you in the couple of days after they think of it, or they plain simply remember your brand, your name, because they already received 5-6 emails that were interesting, and they just remember that if they needed this particular kind of items, they already have on the back of their mind the knowledge that they can go over there to your shop and to buy it at a great price with a wonderful maybe discount. Because, for example, for those people who landed on my page, I have the pop-up that grabs their emails. This is basically for all those people who come from like Google search, for example, or other places, not from emails. And I have a tool that allows to grab emails and to offer 15% or 10%, if you wish, discount on the first order during the initial 30 days, which boosts sales, really. So about the email flows and potential, so which email automations are useful and which email automations show the best customer retention rate and the best sales rate. This is the topic for the future episodes. And if you find this episode interesting and useful, please share this episode and share this channel with your friends. Subscribe to this channel and like this video, and I wish everyone a great experiments in business flourishing and sales boost, and a great weekend, of course, and see you next week. Bye bye.